I'm Yakini. You can call me Yaya.
I'm Tamika. You can certainly call me Tamika.
And what up? This is Tan. And this is
Not Your Normal
with the K. All right. So, what we talking about?
Today we talking about what it's like being in a relationship. No, what we're looking for in a relationship.
Actually, tonight's topic is...
Try that again.
Are we expecting too much in our relationship?
That sounds more like it.
That's about
I
right.
remember that.
Yep, we totally talked about this prior to taping, but whatever. So,
Yeah.
relationships. Now, obviously, this conversation can be very specific about like romantic relationships, but this can also be our sister-friend relationships, our familial relationships, those types of things. So the conversation is just about relationships in general, but we can be specific.
Okay.
And obviously, a lot of times when this comes up, the romance thing is probably
Of
what's
course,
at the
that's
forefront of
exactly
everybody's
where
mind.
this is going.
Yeah. So one of the
Totally.
things that for me, like that can kind of help bring those expectations out are deal breakers. What are some of your deal breakers? Like, what are some things?
Do we want top 5 or how many do we have
Do you
time
have
for?
a lot of deal breakers?
I'm just asking generally. I mean, how many do we have time for?
I
Top
want to hear
3?
some. Go ahead.
Well,
Just
like
start spewing them off.
Well, one of
Yeah.
them, like having a relationship with your mom, things like that. If you have a sour relationship with your parent or whoever, like that to me is a deal breaker. 2, if you're a Gemini, that's a deal breaker. 3, 3, if you do not have some type of spiritual grounding, that's also a deal breaker. Let's see, what else?
Wait, did you say like a strained relationship with either parent or just the mom?
Like, yeah, the mom. But I feel like, yeah, I think it's the mom thing. It's the mom thing for me.
Because a black man with a fucked up relationship with his father can also show up in those same ways. Would you not agree?
I get that, but I'm a mom, so that's why I feel like the relationship with the mom thing is more so, for me, like a deal breaker.
Okay.
Poor hygiene is a
Yeah,
deal
that is a
breaker.
deal breaker. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like stinky, poor hygiene, or like don't take baths, or like
Yeah, whatever it means. Just poor hygiene.
no homeless men.
No homeless
It's so
men.
Chinese. This homelessness.
You've never dated
We-
someone and didn't know they were homeless? Carry on.
We appreciate our homeless
That's
viewers.
a show.
Thank you so much for our homeless viewers.
That's a
Oh. Thank you for the homeless.
Always borderline disrespectful.
Wait, will you thank the homeless veterans?
You did?
I thanked our homeless viewers. Veterans! Not veterans. I thanked our homeless viewers.
Because they're watching right now.
Yes, people matter.
Yes.
All of them.
They're all in the public library watching us on their computers.
You're such a bitch about it. Oh
Sorry,
my God.
okay.
We have
It's not even getting better.
Go ahead.
We
Deal
have
breakers.
to-
Deal breakers.
Yes, please.
It's not okay. Even I know that.
So deal breakers, lack
Yes.
of hygiene.
Deal
So no
breakers.
dirty booties,
Dirty birdies.
dirty birdies.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
don't want to be paying for everything.
Okay. She just doesn't want to pay for everything, so she can share the paying for it. She just doesn't want to pay for everything.
Does
That's
that
fine.
mean?
That's
wait,
fair.
wait.
And I
That's
hate-
so
I
much
hate-
gray area.
If
That
he makes her pay all the time, that's a red flag.
I hate that half shit.
Oh. So, but that's a deal breaker? So if someone
Yes.
says, hey,
why don't you
That's
get
your-
If we
you had the
Okay,
lobster tails. Yeah, you ordered 2 mojitos. That was on you. I'm gonna.
I think this your sweet tea
I only
too.
had, yeah, because you didn't order that second. I didn't even drink. And plus, you drank my soda.
Oh my
so I'm gonna just
God.
add that to your
At
check.
that point, I'm going to the restroom. I'll be back.
Oh, really?
I'm going to use the restroom.
At the check.
That's what you do?
I mean, if he starts rambling off what's mine on the bill, yes, I'm going to the restroom.
When he
I'll be
looks at
back.
that check, like,
Oh my goodness.
When you know it's time to go to the bathroom.
So it's me because I wouldn't go to the restroom. I would just sit there like, what you did?
And get your debit card out and put it
Got
on.
it or no? Like,
I mean, it's like giving him time to think about
okay,
what he's about.
what
you know what I'm saying?
what
What's
you
about
got
to
on
happen.
it? God damn.
So you don't want to pay. You
I
don't
don't
want to
want to
split
do
the
that.
check.
I don't want to do that. I just,
Okay,
just
that's
everything.
very important
Just
to you.
everything. I want her life.
Oh,
She doesn't have to pay for anything.
That's
she's
not true.
married.
So that's
I should not have to. I shouldn't have to be married to get her treatment.
well, everybody that's married doesn't get this treatment. So that, speaking of expectations, that was one of the things that
Everybody's
my
not married,
husband and I
so-
talked about prior to getting married. And it was that I didn't want to split bills. I was like, you do that with roommates. Like, what's the point of getting married if we're still going to handle things like roommates? When you get married, things just kind of shift. And some things shift your way, some things shift my way. And expenses related to the home shift his way. And we
Was
lived
that
with
an
it.
expectation?
It was an expectation.
Okay, where did that expectation come from?
Absolutely my father. I saw how my father treated his wife. She never had to work. He didn't want her to work. She got flowers every week. She had fur coats and diamonds. And
A lot of materialistic thing.
yeah, a lot of materialistic things. Yes, for sure. So I kind of grew up seeing that. And so I'm pretty sure that that framed that expectation. And I was conscious of it. We've talked about it. We've worked through it. It's not like this is what it is. Like, I've recognized how that was maybe one-sided and maybe not fair. And then I also acknowledged how he was raised with a mother that did everything. There, you know what I mean? She had to do everything. So he was raised with this strong feminine figure in his life that took care of all these things. And so that, you know, framed expectations for him in terms of what he was looking for in a woman. And here I am talking about, yeah, I don't want to do anything. And where he was raised with a woman that did everything. So we've had to work through all of that. But the point is that we both came into this relationship with expectations of each other. And that's the point of this conversation. What are these expectations that we bring into relationships? So you talked about your deal breakers. I'll talk about mine. Lack of spirituality and faith. That's first and foremost. And then the hygiene thing comes second for me. I really appreciate a person that smells really, really good. You know, clean
What if
mouth.
they don't have a smell?
No, I appreciate a person that smells really, really good. Yep.
Is that just serious?
I'm not a neutral scent person. I need to know.
Like he's of the earth.
Oh God, yes.
Grand rising, my sister.
Oh, yes, God. Yes, please.
Patchouli.
I think that's my scent. I don't think, do men wear
I'm
patchouli?
just saying, he might smell like that. Is that okay?
You always go there. Oh my God. Let me find out. No,
It's okay if he smells like patchouli or not.
Oh my
It
God.
doesn't mean he's not clean. Got it.
That's a whole nother topic. That's another
Get an
show.
understanding.
What is the show? Patchouli?
If your man can smell like lotus and roses and patchouli.
I was just like making a reference to
think
the
it's
earthy
okay.
thing,
I think it's okay.
like
It's okay.
incense.
It's natural.
Okay.
It's okay.
See, you about to go there. Girl, you got me all, you know.
So hygiene is top tier. Spirituality, respect. What was the other one that you said?
Don't remember.
So for me, with these deal breakers, it definitely shines a light on the fact that we come into relationships with expectations. One of the other questions that I wrote down is what of these can we relax a little bit to let people off the hook a little bit? So anything that you said, could you relax any of it? So what if there's this person that meets most of those expectations, but not all of them?
I feel like that's inevitable. You're always going to come across somebody that's not going to meet all of your expectations, which is negotiable.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say which is okay, but I'm like,
Negotiable can't be deal breakers. So the deal breakers are not negotiable.
I'm asking you to reconsider them as deal breakers. Be a little softer about it. Are there
Reconsider
any?
them.
You too. Are there any that you could reconsider?
You're talking about at the beginning, because to me a deal breaker is like, once I know this, like at the forefront. Deal breaker, I'm gonna find out at the forefront, and then I'm gonna decide whether I'm in or out.
Yes.
And a deal breaker presents itself at first meeting, I'm out.
Right.
So to me, I don't think I need to relax on it. I feel like if down the line there was something I didn't like, but then then okay, maybe I can relax. But at the forefront, I don't like this.
So I'm saying prior to the meeting, prior to agreeing to go to dinner, to say, listen, I'm gonna relax some of these expectations before I go and meet this dude and see if I can be a little bit more open to a new experience.
I did that.
No.
It didn't work out
No,
well
no,
for
that's
me.
a no for you?
Yeah. What about you? Because I can't.
Well, I would say I had to check myself when I realized a lot of the expectations I had were given to me, if that makes sense.
Like taught.
Oh,
put on
someone
top.
else told you
Yeah,
that.
so it's someone else's standards. Someone else is telling me this is what you need to be looking for,
that
or
makes
or
sense.
like you said before, kind of what we've seen is
What
we
we've
grow
seen
up.
as examples, yeah.
I've seen a lot of what I don't want, and I'm so clear on that. But it's that other stuff. Sometimes I see it and it's foreign to me, so I didn't know to expect it or even want it. So I think on both sides, you just have to be open, and if it feels right, then go for it. I need growth. I don't want to feel stagnant. That's a deal breaker.
Right.
If I'm constantly expressing myself and communicating what I want and I'm not getting it, deal breaker. Because I'm feeling ignored.
Unless you're not a good communicator
That's what I say, if I'm communicating it.
properly.
Yeah, what if, according to
Right.
his perceptions of it, he's not hearing what you think you're communicating?
Sounds like a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because that means we don't speak the same language.
Like,
Or
cause
you just don't.
Cause he's like Puerto Rican.
See, this is one of those things where women, I think we really just be holding so much to men. He don't speak the same language. He don't understand me. I mean,
I don't know. I'm learning in my older years.
Oh Lord.
Know that it's.
As the youngest person at this table. Carry on.
actually, that's me.
Shit.
Oh, is she?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Thanks.
sorry. Whoa. Whoa.
In my older years.
I mean, we're months apart, though. Let's say.
Same.
Okay,
Right.
still older years. Thank you. Give it to me. I figured out what I was gonna say. In my older years, I can't remember.
You was
I was saying that women were
understand
expecting
each
so
other.
much. You were saying he doesn't speak my language, and I was like, see, that's one of those things.
Now that is a thing where you were leading to, as far as I do think that a lot of women want too much out of their men, and I'm learning in my older age that a lot of the stuff we want from our men, we should be building with our sister friends. Seriously.
Look at this face.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. That was me
Because-
processing before I
Even
speak.
the way we communicate, again, maybe he doesn't speak my language, when it comes to talking about certain subjects, I think some women want their men to be their all and be all, and there's no room for more. And then he feels smothered, and then he goes looking for something else because women is suffocating him. So I think we have to make space. But let me back up, because in some instances, I've seen when each partner could be all of that for each other, and it worked. It didn't feel smothering. It felt like they couldn't get enough, and so it was a constant pursuit of each other's time.
I think that situation happens when both people are aware of who they are. I think whenever two people that know themselves deeply and know like who they are, they attract someone else that knows who they are, because there are some people that know exactly what they want, they know how to get it, they know what they need to do, but they also know self. And because they know self, they can find a person that also knows self. and is able to do the things that that other person wants. Because at this point, I know how to express to you when I'm hurt in a very respectful, very clear way. And then you, because you respect me, you know how to make me feel better, or just help me understand why I'm feeling this way. Like, I feel like that it all comes to self. Like, nothing is ever another person causes that, or another person can create that in you. You have to be able to do that.
So you raised something that's exactly where I was going to go. I think the root of a lot of relationship issues come from us holding other people
Yep.
accountable for how we feel.
Exactly.
I think that in all of our relationships, if we can agree to let other folks off the hook completely for how you feel, like ahead of time, before we even get into this, I'm gonna let you completely off the hook for how I feel at any moment, because what's happening is I feel the way that I do based on my belief sets inside of me. There are circumstances, I observe the circumstances, and based on that belief set, now I'm feeling this way. The reality is that we're all individually responsible. So a person can do a lot of shit, right, that can invoke or trigger, but essentially I'm responsible for whether or not I choose to embody that emotion.
Right, because you are
Right.
in control of your
Right.
emotions. And I think, like you said, we so busy putting it off on other people, looking for what
Or
you were talking
trying
about
to-
before, somebody to fill a void.
Yep.
And I think, again,
Or people
that's-
just copying. They're copying things that they see, but they don't know what actually, people have to do to get where they are. They just see things. They see pictures. They see, and they think that's it. That's, let me make this picture. And it's like, it takes a little bit more than to look like what they look like. Their situation is inside, is internal. And I don't think people spend enough time on themselves. I was talking to one of my friend's cousins. He
I
was
don't think
saying,
they know how to make
they
time.
don't, but you have to.
You'd be surprised how many people don't want to be in a room with themselves for too
Yeah.
long.
Right. And they
Like-
always want people around. They all it's like,
It's a
take some
need.
time to know yourself. Like, you can actually learn more by being by yourself than being around people. There was, like I was saying, my friend's cousin, he was talking about dating, and he was like, oh, I dated this girl, and she just this and that. She just always wants to spend this time, and then this girl, and then this girl, and then I'm like, well, if all of these women are saying the same thing about you, why are you putting it on them and not looking? Like, some people don't want to take the time to actually, like, uncover themselves and actually see the shit that they do that brings this stuff to you. Because I'm a firm believer about that energy that you put out, you are gonna get that. So if everybody you're encountering is giving you the same thing, why do you think it's them and not you? That to me is so asinine when I hear people say that.
No, I know I used to be upset, different periods of my life. I'm like, why am I attracting these kind of people? Up until I had to check myself, and I realized, I was like, okay, what's going on with me that I'm attracting these kind of people? And so, like you said, if we don't check ourselves, and that's another, but a lot of people, I don't know if they're incapable of seeing
They're
themselves.
scared.
It could be fear, but I don't know, sometimes they just,
It's like you don't want to check your account. You're like, just, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
maybe that's it.
I mean, that journey to self-actualization and awareness is one of the most tedious journeys we'll take. It's not easy going down through there. When you really, really standing in the authentic truth of who you are, there are some parts of you that you're not that proud of.
Or you're not aware of.
Or that you're not aware of, that are completely in your blind spot. So it's really tough work, but that's what relationships do for me. They reflect those things back to us that we wouldn't otherwise be aware of.
Yep.
Anytime we're in a situation and somebody's annoying us, that's an opportunity for us to look and say, oh, okay, what is this? Why is this annoying me? What is this about me? So our relationships are simply reflecting us back to ourselves and giving us new eyes to see ourselves through. That's what they are there for. They're not there for your edification and for your affection and your love and your support. They're there to show you sides of yourselves from other perspectives other than your own, so you can continue to self-actualize and get to know yourself better. And that's why we can leave people off the fucking hook for how we feel.
Right.
I have said to my daughter once, she was probably 9, you're getting on my nerves. And she's like, but Mom, your nerves are inside your body.
They sure are.
How could I get on them? And she was very serious, and it
Literal.
was clear to me
That's such a
that
hard
what I was feeling and what I believe about this whole thing, I'm also imparting on her. And so I can't be with that, yeah, you've annoyed me or you've upset me thing, because she's already on it.
If people spend more time on themselves and knowing themselves, no one will be anybody's business. It's like we are so enamored with other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Like other people's lives. Like that's what social media has become, like a lens into other people's lives. And
Or
then,
what we think we're seeing.
well, whatever we see, we are spending time away from ourselves to know somebody else. Like, and I think a lot of relationships are like dependent on those expectations. I see this in this relationship, so that's what I aspire to be. So that's what I'm gonna want. Oh, my man has to bring home this amount of money, or he has to look this good. He has to be this tall because why? Because you're gonna look good in pictures. Because other people are gonna look at you and be like, oh, they're a cute couple because look at him. She's slim.
It's the
he's
perception,
fit.
what it
Yeah.
looks like. And for me, I've always said that relationship that we're talking about with self is synonymous with that relationship with spirit and
Yep.
God. There's no difference. So there's not like, oh, my relationship with myself and my relationship with God. The deeper you dig down into yourself, the closer you're going to get to that you believe to be God. It's just a natural, innate thing, because that's where it is, you see.
true.
And there's no difference between that. And so the closer we get there, I mean, we can't lose. We can't. Yeah.
Spiritually grounded.
Self-love first, and then we get the love from others that we really
That's
looking
right.
for, and we don't even have to work for it. It just comes.
That part.
And on that note, strive to be the better you in all instances, and your expectations will be deserved.
Yeah.
And this has been
Not Your Normal
with a K.